This was not just another Viking raid. This was an army. In the year 865, a force remembered by the Anglo-Saxons as the Great Heathen Army arrived in England, and the old pattern of Viking attacks began to change. For decades, Viking ships had appeared along the coast, striking wealthy targets and vanishing back across the sea. A monastery, a town, or a royal estate could be attacked, plundered, and left behind. But this army was different. It did not come only to plunder, it came to stay. It came to move inland, to take horses, to pressure kingdoms, and to turn fear into a weapon. For the Anglo-Saxon world, the first shock was psychological. This was not a handful of ships appearing suddenly on the coast. It was a force large enough to make rulers negotiate, pay, flee, or fight. The army first found opportunity in East Anglia, where horses and supplies could help turn sea raiders into a mobile land force. That change mattered. With horses, supplies, and winter camps, the Vikings were no longer tied only to the shoreline. They could move deeper into England, choose their targets, and return again when the season changed. Then the army turned north. In Northumbria, the city of York became one of the great prizes of the campaign. York was not just another settlement. It was a powerful city, a symbol of wealth, control, and political importance. When York fell, the message was clear. The Vikings were no longer only raiders on the edge of the world. They had become a political and military force inside England itself. From there, the pressure spread. Mercia felt it. East Anglia felt it. Wessex would soon face it. Kingdoms that had fought each other for generations now had to confront something different. A mobile enemy that could sail, march, negotiate, winter, and strike again. That is what made the Great Heathen Army so dangerous. It was not only violence, it was organization. It was movement, it was strategy. A raid could shock a coast and then disappear, but this army could remain. It could seize towns, gather supplies, take horses, build camps, and force kings to respond on its terms. For the Anglo-Saxons, this changed the meaning of war. They were not facing a single attack. They were facing a campaign. The sources do not tell us everything. We do not know the exact size of the army. We do not know every leader, every route, or every decision made in the firelit halls and muddy camps of that campaign. But the impact is impossible to ignore. The Great Heathen Army helped reshape the map of England. It weakened old kingdoms, opened the road toward deeper Scandinavian settlement, and forced new political realities onto the Anglo-Saxon world. Some kingdoms collapsed, others adapted. Some rulers paid for survival, others chose battle. And in the struggle that followed, England itself began to change. The Great Heathen Army became more than a force of warriors. It became a turning point, a moment when Viking warfare stopped being only a raid from the sea and became something larger, more organized, and more difficult to escape. So what made this army so terrifying? Was it the number of warriors, the ships, the violence, or was it something more dangerous? The moment Viking warfare became a force capable of remaking history.